Hello everybody and welcome back. Now we're on the third part of our series where we're basically modeling a shoe. We're doing mixed modeling from an STL to create a sneaker or shoe that fits around the STL we brought in from Thingiverse of a foot. That's it. So now onto the fun part where we get to customize shoe, and maybe we'll throw one or two other things in there at the end depending on how things go. All right, let's get started.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
So I think the first thing we're going to do is kind of shape some of the sole a little bit, add some color, just so that we have something a little bit better to look at. So there's a couple easy ways to do that. First thing, what you'll notice on here is after we modeled it, it might have been gray. So what happens is we took that surface and thickened it. And if we want to do anything like fillets or chamfers or anything like that, we need to basically turn off that surface or just hide the visibility, just like that. So now that surface, we don't see it. And when we go to do any other features to it, we won't have to worry about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I kind of want to add like some sort of delineation between these two parts. I'm going to do a chamfer to the top edge of that. And we can go like 0.125. That's what I'm going to do, and it gives us that. I actually might go 0.08, makes it a little bit smaller. So that gives me that chamfer, and I'm going to fillet the bottom edge of the shoe. 0.125. I kind of going to go 0.05. A little bit smaller. There we go. So it gives a little bit around it and shows that. The bottom edge here, I'm going to do a bigger fillet. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I don't like the bottom the way it is. So I'm actually going to kind of add a little feature to it. So let's cut a little bit off of here, and we're going to cut a back off of that. So it should be pretty straightforward. Let's turn on some sketch planes or some planes. I think that's the way to go. I will do, you know what? I'm going to do an offset plane. I could get away with doing it a mid plane, but I'm going to do an offset plane from here out in this direction here. Check mark that. Just some distance out. Create a sketch on here. And what I want to do is kind of cut the back off a little bit. So I'm going to come in with the line tool and do something like that. And you'll see in a second, what I'm going to do is just extrude that back. Extrude cut. Remove and drag the arrow all the way through. So now we have that. So now we have a slight cut there. I'm going to do something similar with the front. I could do a curved surface. So on that same sketch plane, just make it a little bit curved. Okay, and it's kind of random. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. Move. Drag that arrow. All right, so now we got something a little bit more ergonomic. The back is like, all right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fillet around this whole thing. Like that. There we go. That's it. So now you can see it's already starting to take shape a little bit better. Let's change some colors. That's easy. Color changing right over here on the appearance panel. We can do multiple faces at once. And the bottom, I haven't decided yet, but let's see. Part 1. Let's add to this face. Let's do, I don't know what color. Let's see. Dark gray. I'm going to do a dark gray. Let's go green. I'm going to go green. Don't know why. And for the bottom, so that's checked off. Let's make sure. So now I got to come in underneath here and do that as well. Add all those faces in. Do the top right there. So now that's all green. Check. Hit the little plus sign up here. Click this. And I'm going to do, let's take a look at maybe a lighter color, tannish color, yellowish brown. Let's see how that looks. Okay, and you can see I forgot this one little edge. No, keep missing that. So I double click into it and I got that. Check mark, good to go. So now I have some colors. Just making these colors up as I go. And we have that. Next step, let's add like a logo onto it. Okay, so now I have my logo. I'm going to bring it in as a DXF file. I've done this before in other videos where you can take something off the internet, convert it to a DXF using Adobe Illustrator. Here, I'm not going to do that. You're going to make your own logo. I'm bringing one in. Why not? I was too lazy to make my own. This is proving to be more of a pain than what it is, though.
Pain? How dare you use that word?
So now I'm going to bring in a sketch, a DXF. There's a swoosh. I'm going to have to move this in position. I'm going to have to change it around. I'm going to scale it a little bit. All right, so there's a swoosh. It is the wrong direction. But a simple 180, I think gets it good. There's the swoosh. That's where I want it. There. Check. All right. So now I'm just going to turn plane 5 off. So there's something wrong with that. Let me go in and double check that sketch. See, these curves are a little tweaked. So let's fix them up real quick. Just turning them into construction lines so that I come in with my spline tool. I can follow over this. There's one. Okay, now it's gray, it's closed out. That's what we want. Hit the check mark there. Go to this view. That's where I want it. Should be fine. I may actually move it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to project this onto the face or this surface here. Project curve. Way too much. There it is. Those are the edges. Direction, normal target. There we go. So now there's my solution. Now notice, it's kind of a little weird. Whatever. Hit the check. So now there's the swoosh there. If I want to change its position a little bit more, I can. I'm going to leave it there. Once we're here, I'm going to create a composite curve of that. I don't think you need to. I'm going to do it anyway. So now that's a composite curve. And here's the part that I'm going to do. I'm going to fill this region right here. And that will be an add. Oh, let's go new. Check. Okay, and now this is where we can actually get these features to kind of project off the face. Here I'm going to go to thicken. I'm going to select that area. And notice it comes out. If it doesn't, you may need to change the direction. I'm going to do 0.12. Now let's do 0.1. So it's only a little bit. Hit the enter mark key. And that looks good, good, good. I'm going to add it. Merge it with all. And there you have it. There's a swoosh. I can change the color of it with the appearance panel. Hit the little plus up there. Make it white or gray. And there you have it. Check. Good. So now I have that. That's essentially how you add features onto it. We could do more. You could do holes, curves, or anything like that. If I want to do a feature on here, I could do something similar as well. So I'll show you one other way to do it, and then the rest is basically going to be doing it on your own. So now if I wanted to add something, I don't know, that looks like either like a zipper or some pattern of laces. So what I'm going to want to do is create a sketch on a plane that is like angled close to that. So first thing I'm going to do is create a sketch on top. Right. Okay. So I'm going to create a sketch on an offset plane. It's going to take a couple of different planes to get where we want. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset, I think, this front one here. Like that. Check. I'm then going to come in, create a sketch on it. Put a line there, simple line. Check. Now I'm going to create a plane, line angle. There's a plane, there's my angle, and notice now I can do this. So I want to get that angle close or what I want. Because remember, it's going to project down onto it. That works. I'm going to create a sketch on this surface like that. And I'm just going to do like a series of rectangles that would represent laces. So it's completely indiscriminate. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll do like a little sketch fillet on this. Let's see, radius 0.05. All right, and I'm going to continue those all the way around. Okay, just so it's like that. Then I'm going to pattern this down using linear pattern. Oops. Sorry, in sketch mode I'm going to do that. Linear pattern. Odd number will do. Okay. Closer, check mark. So now that's where my laces are. Do the same thing as before. We're going to project it to face. So now we are going to project curve. Select all those. Curve to face, direction, normal target, target. There they are. Hit the check mark. Boom. Got them. And then we're going to highlight these. Make them composite curves. Check that. Then we're going to fill them. Check. Okay, there we go. Now we thicken. All right, so this is the same thing. We're going to do this one at a time because it looks like there's a lot going on. There it is. And continue on all the way down through the line. Got it. I'm going to change the color of these in the appearance panel once again. Hit the plus sign up on top. Black. Now let's make them white. So we have that. There's my laces. And you can actually go in and select that part. I'm not going to right now. All right, let's turn off some planes. And a sketch. So there you go. There is some swoops and some laces to kind of simulate what's going on. You could even add a tongue in there and everything else like that. So that's that part. Now, we could do a pattern on the bottom as well. And that's going to be a lot easier. So let's do a quick pattern for that. This, I'm going to just create a sketch on here. And what I will do, let's see. I'm going to do little rectangles maybe. I'm going to do something like that. Oops. Select that trim tool by accident. Let's move that up. Oops. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit U. I'm going to use that geometry. Right there. And then I'm going to offset that geometry as well. Like that. And then I'm going to create this pattern going down. Linear pattern. How many should I do? 15, 13, 13. A little tweaky. Finish sketch. And now I could do a simple, and because I project that geometry, there you go. Got some pattern on the bottom. I'm going to leave it looking just like that. And I could actually continue that up on there or very similar. So that is a sneaker. So I'm going to add one more thing. Something cool like a first sweep around on the top. See how easy this goes. So I'm going to open up that top plane. I'm going to create a sketch right on there. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do a section view on that plane. Look at that. Foot fits in there pretty nice. Hit the check mark. Let's turn off the foot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to project the geometry of that right there. So let's hit U. And now I have that curve. What I want is that point on the curve. I'm going to create a circle. How big? That big. I'm going to hit the check mark, turn off my section view, and now I'm going to sweep that along that path. Sweep, that, sweep path, that. And there we go. We're going to go add, check, and there we have that. Let's change the appearance of that. The white again with that. Check. Close. Now, something a little bit cooler. Put my foot in there, and there you have that. Pretty neat. Little flare. All right, everyone, that is it. That is a sneaker. Look at that sneaker. It's got treads, so you can run fast, cool laces, a little swoosh. And you could add even more stuff onto it. I'm not going to do it, but you definitely can. It's whatever you want to put into it. Holes for a pattern, mesh, it could all be done. All right, everyone, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me on this journey of creating content for everybody. And if there's any questions, comments, or anything like that, let me know. Put it down below. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye.